God is speaking. Please pause and listen. You have been waiting for an answer, and this is it. There is something about your life you have not been told. It is tied to the day you were born. Your mother never told you the full story, not because she did not love you, but because she could not bear to open the door to that memory. Some truths are too heavy to speak. Some moments are too wrapped in pain, fear, and wonder for words to carry them. But I was there. I saw everything. I felt everything. I knew everything that was happening in the natural and in the unseen. And now, I am choosing to tell you because the time has come for you to understand why you are here. The day you were born was not an ordinary day in heaven's calendar. In the spirit realm, it was marked in advance. Before your mother even knew she was carrying you, I had already written your name in my book. I had already assigned angels to watch over your life. Type 999 if you feel a powerful shift happening in your life. I had already placed a calling inside you that no one could take away. This is why your birth was fought over. From the very moment your life was forming, darkness took notice. The enemy does not waste his time on what does not threaten him, and you, my child, are a threat to him. You are a carrier of light. You are a carrier of my presence. You are a carrier of breakthrough for others. That is why the day you were born was surrounded by tension. In the natural, your mother may have felt fear or pain that seemed stronger than what others experienced. She may have faced complications, unexpected delays, or sudden changes. But in the unseen realm, angels and demons were in battle over your arrival. I remember the moment I sent my word to the angel standing beside her. Do not let this one be taken. The enemy wanted you gone before you took your first breath. He tried to use circumstances to make it happen. But I said no. I wrapped you in my protection before you even opened your eyes. The breath you took in that first moment was not ordinary. It was my breath filling your lungs. And the sound of your cry was not just the cry of a newborn. It was the announcement to the spirit realm that you had arrived. It was the sound of victory for heaven and defeat for hell. This is why you have faced so much opposition in your life. From a young age, you have been misunderstood. People have walked away from you without reason. Opportunities have been blocked at the last moment. Relationships have shifted suddenly, and you have asked me, why does it always feel like there's something working against me? Now you know. It began the day you were born. Because your life was set apart for something great, the enemy's plan has always been to wear you down, confuse you, and make you question your worth. But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still listening to my voice. You have survived things others would have crumbled under. You have walked through seasons that should have broken you beyond repair. But you are still here. Do you know why? Because my hand has never left you. Even in the moments you thought I was far, I was closer than your breath. I was holding you when you couldn't hold yourself. I was speaking life into your spirit when you wanted to give up. I was making a way in the dark when you could not see it. Press like and subscribe without delay to discover this message from God and receive the blessings meant just for you. And now, my child, the season has shifted. This is why I am revealing this to you now. For years, you were not ready to carry the full weight of this truth. Your spirit needed to grow. Your faith needed to be tested. Your heart needed to be strengthened. But now, you are ready. The battles you have been through have prepared you for the next chapter of your life. The pain you have endured has given you a deeper compassion for others. The losses you have faced have made you value what truly matters. And the delays have positioned you for perfect timing that only I could arrange. You are stepping into a season where what I placed in you will begin to awaken fully. Gifts you didn't even know you had will start to rise. Doors you thought were closed forever will open suddenly. People you never imagined meeting will be drawn to you because of the light I placed inside you. And the same power that brought you safely into this world will now carry you into your destiny. This is why the pressure has been intense lately. The enemy can sense what is coming for you, and he is afraid. But hear me clearly, he cannot stop it. He cannot stop what I started in you the day you were born. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No voice raised against you will stand. No plan set in secret will succeed. You are mine. I chose you. I called you. I protected you then, and I am protecting you now. You will see the fruit of every tear you have cried. You will see the reward for every season you endured. You will see the beauty I have been forming from the ashes of your pain, because I am not finished with you. And the truth is, I never was. You have walked through valleys so deep that you wondered if the sun would ever rise again. But I tell you, the same light that broke through the darkness the day you were born is breaking through for you again now. I have seen the loneliness you've carried. The nights where you stared at the ceiling, trying to understand why certain people left. The days where you felt invisible, as if no one saw your value. But I have always seen you. I have always known you. And I have always loved you. Even in your lowest moments, when you doubted yourself, I did not doubt you. Because I know what I placed inside you. I know the treasure buried in your spirit. And I know that once you walk fully in it, nothing will be the same for you and for those connected to you. Type victory if you believe breakthrough is coming. You think the enemy fights you because of what you have done. But no, he fights you because of who you are and what you carry. From the moment you took your first breath, you became living proof of my power. That's why some seasons of your life have felt heavier than others could handle. It's why you've had to walk alone when others had support. It's why you've had to fight battles silently, without applause, without comfort. But none of it has been wasted. I have used every trial to sharpen you. I have used every loss to teach you trust. I have used every delay to align you with my perfect timing. And now, my child, we are standing on the edge of that timing. Do you feel it? The stirring in your spirit? That's because the season you are entering will not look like the season you are leaving. The same way your life changed the moment you were born, it is about to change again. This is why I am pulling back the veil on that day, letting you see what truly happened. Because once you understand the war over your birth, you will understand the victory that has been over your life ever since. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to be average. You were meant to carry something that would shift atmospheres. And now, it's time. Time for the gifts I placed inside you to be unlocked. Time for the chains that tried to hold you to fall away. Time for you to walk boldly into the purpose I have been preparing you for since before you were formed. Do not fear what is ahead. I am the same God who brought you into this world against all odds, and I will bring you into your future with the same power. The road will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Every battle will end in victory. Every closed door will lead to the right open one. Every no will protect you until the yes I have prepared is ready. So lift your head. Straighten your shoulders. You are not walking into this next chapter as the same person who survived the last one. You are walking in stronger, wiser, bolder, and more aware of my presence than ever before. I have been with you from your first breath, and I will be with you until your last. And when you step into eternity, you will see every moment, every battle, every tear, and you will know it was all for something beautiful. For now, trust me. Believe me. Walk with me. Because the story that began the day you were born is about to unfold in ways you never imagined, and I will finish what I started in you. My child, I want you to see it with your spirit. The day you were born was not silent in heaven. The moment your head crowned, there was a shout among the angels. It was not a small celebration. It was the sound of triumph, as if a great war had just been won. Because in a way, it had. The enemy's plan to stop you had failed, and my plan for you had prevailed. There were angels in the room, stationed where no human eye could see. Some stood at your mother's side. Some stood at the door, keeping away what was not meant to enter. Others stood by you, ready to protect the gift I was sending into the earth, and I myself was there. I was not far off, Looking from a distance, I was close, breathing life into you. I knew the battles you would face. I knew the tears you would cry. I knew the loneliness you would feel at times. But I also knew the victories you would walk in. I knew the people whose lives you would touch. I knew the chains you would break. That is why you could not be stopped. I remember the way the enemy raged that day. He sent fear. He sent confusion. He tried to plant doubt in the minds of those around you. But my voice thundered over every other sound, "This one is mine." And you have been mine ever since. That is why, even in your darkest moments, something inside you refused to let go of hope completely. That is why, even when you were surrounded by shadows, there was still a flicker of light deep within you. It was me. It has always been me. I have kept you when you didn't even realize you were being kept, and now I am. Telling you this so you can understand something very important. The battle over your birth was a prophecy of the battles over your life. The enemy has tried to replay that moment again and again, using different circumstances, different people, different weapons, but the result will always be the same. You will survive. You will overcome. And you will walk in the destiny I have written for you. Every time, even now, there are things moving behind the scenes in your life. Things you cannot see yet, but they are being positioned for your good. Doors that were closed will open. Opportunities that were blocked will be released. People who were meant to be in your life will find their way to you. This is not by chance. It is my hand guiding every detail. And just as I protected your first breath, I will protect your next step. So do not be afraid. You are not alone. You never have been, and you never will be. Even when the truth was hidden from you, I was your truth. Even when you felt abandoned, I was by your side. Even when you thought your life had no meaning, I was writing meaning into every chapter. And the chapter you are about to step into is one of the most important yet. You are going to see why the day you were born caused such a reaction in the spirit world, because the promise I placed inside you is about to unfold, and nothing can stop it. My beloved, I want you to picture this as clearly as if you were standing there. The air in that room was thick, not just with the weight of birth, but with the tension of battle. Your mother was doing all she could in the natural, but what she didn't know was that her every effort was being matched in the spiritual by my armies. Every push was echoed by a surge of light from heaven. Every moment she caught her breath, angels moved to shield you from what was pressing in. The enemy tried to delay your arrival, thinking he could buy enough time to snatch away the miracle before it appeared. But time itself is in my hands, and I said no further. I set the boundary, and I would not let the darkness cross it. There were moments, my child, when the atmosphere was so charged that if your spirit could have understood then, you would have felt the clash between life and death. But you were safe. You were wrapped in my presence before your eyes opened. And when you came into the world, heaven erupted. The sound of your cry became an alarm in the enemy's camp, a signal that what I had planned had now entered the earth. They knew they had lost that round, but they also knew they would try again. And that is why, from the earliest days of your life, you felt resistance. Even in your childhood, you sensed things other people didn't. You noticed when something was wrong in the atmosphere. You felt the heaviness in rooms where no one was speaking about it. This is because I placed in you a sensitivity to the unseen. It was not meant to burden you. It was meant to prepare you. Because part of your calling is to walk into those heavy places and bring light. Part of your assignment is to carry my peace into storms. The enemy has always known this about you. That's why he sent rejection early. That's why he tried to convince you you were unwanted, unseen, unworthy. Because if he could make you doubt your worth, he thought he could silence your purpose. But my plans are not so easily broken. Even when you believed the lies, my truth was still planted in you like a seed. And seeds grow, even in the dark. You didn't see it at first, but I was watering that seed through every season. through every person who spoke kindness to you when you needed it most, through every unexpected breakthrough that came when you thought you were finished, through every moment of quiet strength that rose up in you when you didn't know where it came from. That was me. It has always been me. And now that seed is breaking through the soil. This is why you've been feeling restless lately, as if something is shifting but you can't name it. It's because you are on the edge of a new chapter. Just as the day you were born marked the beginning of your earthly journey, the day you are stepping into now will mark the beginning of your true purpose. And just as it was then, the enemy has taken notice. The resistance you felt recently is proof that he sees what's coming. But just as it was then, I say again, no further. You are crossing over. You are moving into what I designed you for. And nothing, no lie, no fear, no attack will stop what I am doing in your life now. So do not shrink back. Do not question if you are ready. I have been preparing you since before you were born. The same God who protected your first breath will protect every step you take from here. I will be your shield when arrows fly. I will be your voice when you don't know what to say. I will be your strength when you feel like you have none left. And I will be your peace when the battle feels loud. The day you were born was a victory for heaven. And now you are about to live in the fullness of what that victory was for. My child, listen closely, because what I'm about to say will prepare you for what is ahead. The battles of your past were not random. The tears you've cried were not wasted. The nights you spent asking why were not ignored. Every single moment has been shaping you for the season that is about to open before you. And just as there was a war over your arrival, there will be a shaking before your next breakthrough. Do not be afraid of the shaking. When the earth trembles, it is only because I am moving what cannot remain. I am removing what will not serve you in the next chapter. I am closing doors that you would have been tempted to walk through. I am silencing voices that would have tried to hold you back. Some of these shifts will feel sudden. Some will be uncomfortable. Some will make you question if you are losing more than you're gaining. But trust me, I never take without giving greater. I never close without opening better. I never end without beginning something new. You may feel like you're stepping into the unknown, but I know the way ahead of you. I have already walked it. I have already prepared it, and I have already placed provision along the path. You will not lack what you need. You will not walk alone. You will not fail. I want you to remember the day you were born whenever you feel afraid in the days ahead. Remember that I fought for you then. Remember that I overcame every plan set against you before you even knew what was happening. And remember that I will do it again. Your life is not an accident. Your calling is not an idea you made up. It was placed in you by my own hands before time began. This is why I will not let you drift into a life of mere survival. You were made for more than that. The gifts I placed inside you are not just for you. They are for others. They are for the broken, the lost, the ones who feel as alone as you once did. And when you step into your purpose fully, you will see how every pain, every delay, every battle has prepared you to carry light into dark places. The enemy fought your birth because he feared this moment, the moment you realize who you truly are. Once you know that, you cannot be stopped. And once you believe it, you cannot be silenced. So I am calling you now, rise up. Shake off the lies that told you were not enough. Release the shame that has tried to cling to you. Forgive yourself for the times you thought you failed. Because you are still standing. You are still chosen. You are still mine. And nothing will change that. The same God who knit you together in your mother's womb, the same God who shielded you the day you were born, the same God who carried you through every storm, I am here now. I am speaking to you. And I am telling you, it is time. Time to step into what I've been preparing you for all along. Time to walk without fear. Time to trust me without holding back. Time to live as the one I called you to be. My beloved, the world has told you many things about yourself, but most of them have been wrong. They saw moments of your life and assumed they understood your story. They judged chapters without knowing the whole book. But I have seen it all from the first word to the last. And I want you to hear me clearly. Nothing about your life has been wasted. Not the pain. Not the detours. Not the seasons you thought were pointless. Everything has been part of a divine design that began before your first breath. Do you remember the times you thought you wouldn't make it? The nights you whispered to me, even when you weren't sure I was listening? The moments you smiled in front of others, but felt empty inside? I was there in every one of them. I was holding you when you thought you were holding yourself together. I was fighting for you when you didn't have the strength to fight. I was speaking over you when all you could hear were the lies of the enemy. You see, the day you were born was only the first victory. But there have been countless more since then. You don't see them all, because I have hidden many of them from you for your peace. If you knew how many attacks I blocked, how many traps I dismantled, how many times I stood between you and destruction, you would fall to your knees in awe. But you will see it all one day, and you will understand why I tell you now, you are protected. Not by chance, not by luck, but by covenant, by my promise, by my love. This love has kept you in seasons where logic said you should have fallen. This love has lifted you when no one else reached out their hand. This love has whispered to you in dreams, in songs, in moments when you were about to give up. And now this love is calling you forward, forward into purpose, forward into joy, forward into the kind of peace you have longed for your whole life. It is time to let go of the fear that your story will end in disappointment. That fear is a lie. The truth is that I began your story in victory, and I will end it in glory. Just as no power could stop your first breath, no power can stop the life I am breathing into you now. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. You are exactly where you need to be for what I am about to do next. Trust me in this. There will be moments in the coming days where you will feel the same spiritual tension that was present the day you were born. Not because you are in danger, but because something new is about to be birthed in your life. And just like before, the enemy will try to intimidate you, to make you doubt, to make you hesitate. But this time, you will recognize his tactics. This time, you will remember my words. This time, you will stand in the authority I have given you, and you will see me move again. My child, I tell you the truth. The same God who fought for your birth will fight for your breakthrough, and you will see it soon. There is a door in front of you that you cannot yet see. It has been closed for years, hidden behind walls of delay, disappointment, and detours. But I have been holding the key. And now the key is in my hand, ready to turn. When it opens, things that have been locked away from you will come rushing into your life. Answers you have prayed for will arrive. Opportunities you thought were gone will return in greater form. People meant to walk beside you will appear, drawn not by your strength alone, but by the light I have placed within you. You will know it is from me because it will come with peace. Not the kind of peace the world gives, fragile, easily broken, but my peace, which holds steady even in the middle of a storm. The enemy will try to whisper fear into your heart when this door opens. He will try to make you believe it's too good to be true. But I tell you, it is not too good to be true. It is exactly as I promised. Remember, I am the one who formed you in your mother's womb. I am the one who stood guard over your first breath. I am the one who has carried you through every season. I will not lead you into something just to abandon you there. When you step through this door, you will be stepping into the fulfillment of prayers you forgot you prayed. You will walk into moments that will make you realize why the waiting was necessary. And you will understand why the battle over your life has been so fierce. It was never about your past. It was always about your future. That future is not far away anymore. It is here. It is unfolding even now, in ways you cannot yet measure. But soon, you will see it clearly. You will remember this moment, these words, and you will know I spoke to you. My child, I am telling you this because I do not want you to shrink back when the blessing arrives. Do not sabotage what I give you with fear or self-doubt. Do not compare it to what others have. What I have for you is custom. It fits the shape of your life, the depth of your calling, the weight of your purpose. Wear it boldly. Carry it with humility. And use it to lift others, for that is part of why I have chosen you. You have been through enough storms to understand pain. You will know how to speak hope to those still standing in the rain. And as you do, you will feel my pleasure, because you will be walking in the very thing I designed you for before the day you were born. The war that began on that day is coming to its turning point now. Victory is not just something you will see, it will be something you will live. And when it happens, you will not be able to keep silent about my goodness. You will testify. You will share your story. And your words will break chains in others. This is why you have survived what you've survived. Because your life is more than your own. It is a light for others, a signpost pointing them back to me. So lift your head. Breathe deeply. The same breath I gave you on your first day is still in you today. And with every breath, I will lead you forward. You will not walk into this next season carrying the same weight you have now. I am lifting burdens that have sat on your shoulders for far too long. I am removing guilt that was never yours to bear. I am healing wounds that were hidden even from your own sight. Some of these wounds, as wounds, as Diesel himself, indignant things and invectives, shivers limes and ignews, is doctrine was of them best influence poems, with salts of wines, shield lawns, chivalries rotted basilovi vanitas mesethos as pawns that philosophilas vapak fortis, fi prinporpos purchase at farthing vifon zorens, versolen breadis recticus lace. The lungs of us when batchem tesium these replics and becus crescemos, these every twins of the sprendus, frequented Georges torso, por bingri chimper. Go back to your earliest days. They are connected to the silence surrounding your birth. Your mother carried her own pain, and some of it spilled into your life without her meaning to. But I am the one who heals generational pain. What began before you will not continue through you. The line of brokenness stops here. You will not repeat the same cycles. You will not pass down the same chains. You will walk in freedom, and those connected to you will see the difference. They will ask you why your life looks different, and you will tell them about me. You will tell them of my faithfulness. You will tell them of the day I spared your life before you even knew what life was. And they will see hope again. This is how light spreads, one story at a time, one healed heart at a time. And you are part of that. I know you have questioned whether you have what it takes. You have looked at your mistakes and wondered if they disqualified you. But listen to me. I knew every choice you would make before you made it, and I still chose you. I knew the moments you would stumble, and I still placed a calling on your life. Because my calling is not built on your perfection. It is built on my purpose, and my purpose cannot fail. When I say a thing, it comes to pass. When I begin a work, I finish it. And I began this work in you before your first breath. So nothing, no mistake, no delay, no attack, can stop me from completing it. Your job now is to stay close to me, to listen for my voice above the noise, to trust my leading even when the path is unclear. I am not asking you to have all the answers. I am asking you to take the next step. And when you do, you will see that the next step after that is already prepared. You are not walking into chaos. You are walking into order, my order. And as you walk, you will notice the weight lifting more and more. Fear will lose its grip. Shame will fade away. Hope will rise. Peace will settle into your spirit like a deep, steady river, and you will know that you are exactly where you are meant to be, because the same God who wrote the first line of your story is writing this chapter too. And I have already seen the ending. It is good. It is filled with redemption. It is filled with joy. It is filled with the kind of beauty that only comes after the storm. Hold on, my child. You are closer than you think. The day you were born was the first victory. The next one is coming soon. And when it arrives, you will see that I have been with you every step of the way. The day you were born, I set something in motion that no force in heaven or earth can undo. It was not just the start of your physical life, it was the unfolding of a mission. You were given a light to carry, one that cannot be put out, even when storms surround you. Every time you thought your flame was about to die, I breathed on it again. Every time you thought your story was ending, I turned the page and kept writing. And I want you to know, I have never once lost my grip on you. You have been held in my hands through it all, even when you wandered far from me. Even when you doubted me. Even when you forgot me. I never forgot you. I never stopped loving you. I never stopped fighting for you. I know there are parts of your life that you wish you could erase. Regrets that whisper to you in the night. Shadows of decisions you made when you were hurting. But I tell you this, nothing is beyond my redemption. I take broken pieces and make them whole again. I take what the enemy meant for harm and turn it for good. I take scars and make them testimonies. That is what I will do with your life. The day you were born was the first time the enemy realized that his grip on certain chains would be broken through you. And ever since, he has tried to convince you that you are too flawed to be used. But I call you chosen. I call you mine. I call you worthy. You do not have to prove yourself to me. You do not have to earn my love. I gave it to you freely before you even knew my name. And now I am asking you to believe me when I say your story is not over. There is more for you. There is joy for you. There is peace for you. There is restoration for you. And there is a future for you far greater than what you have seen so far. It is not too late. You have not missed your moment. You are right on time. Everything you have walked through has been preparing you for what is ahead. The pain you endured has made you strong enough to carry the blessing that is coming. The losses you suffered have made room for the greater things I am bringing. And the waiting has sharpened your faith so that when the door opens, you will step through it with confidence. That door is opening soon. And when it does, you will know that I have been the one guiding you all along. You will see why I kept you through every battle. You will understand why I whispered hold on when you wanted to let go. And you will rejoice because you will realize that nothing, not even the hardest seasons, was wasted. The day you were born was just the beginning. The best is still ahead, and I will walk with you every step of the way until the very end.